right, want to thank Simon Griffiths out of Sydney, Australia. Simon has a killer bike collection. He sent me about 25 photos. These are just some of them. I'm not sure what that one is. Could be a Haro, I'm guessing. And then he's got a massive Redline collection. That looks like RL's bike right there. This bike I couldn't ID. Looks like TRX forks on it though. Very cool. Love the three-piece alloy cranks on this one. Oh my God, look at that Redline with the V-line bars and that seat. Oh, it's perfect. The Peregrine wheels. I love that twisted look on those, and that's my favorite one out of his collection. That white PK Ripper is amazing. Here's another killer Redline here. And then this Race Inc. is completely unmolested. I love the uni seat. I'm seeing snake belly tires, Comp 3 tires. A lot. It looks like Oakley B1B grips are in there. Lots of original parts and pieces. That Redline is amazing. This one I couldn't identify, but very cool. Love the checkers on it. And I love this BK Ripper with the 1 3/8 wheels. The color combination is just amazing. Some more of his Redline collection here. And then I'm looking at what looks to be like a Raleigh of some sort. I couldn't identify that one. But I want to thank you, Simon, for sharing all these photos. Man, I was excited to get these tonight and share them on my YouTube page. Keep on watching, Simon, and I'll see you in the video, buddy. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. It is magazine night, and sorry I'm not facing the camera today, but I did it. It didn't record, and I didn't want to do it all over again, so I said, screw it, we'll just jump. Let's just jump into it. So this is the cover. Tonight we're going to do July 1986. This is an awesome cover. You got the GPV riders coming down here, and I'm not sure who's who here. I didn't really get a chance to read the inside cover. But this was pretty big for a hot minute. These guys were fabricating their own downhill bikes. This one looks like a full-on 20-inch hutch. In this particular photo here, you can see the handlebars are upside down. And then this one looks like a pit bike because the wheel, it's got a 16-inch diameter wheel on it as opposed to the 20. And again, but the same technique, the handlebars turned upside down. The hutch doesn't appear to be weighted unless there's a weight back here, because I know they were putting weights on the bikes to make them heavier. I think that stabilized them. As far as who's riding on the cover, let's take a look. All Common Sense is left at the top of the hill. Woody and Martin over the hill. So we got, this is Woody Itzen, Martin Aparijo, I'm assuming. So this is a great shot, and it's very sport bike looking. You know, I can't imagine the speeds these guys were hitting, and we're going to probably read about that later. Inside the magazine itself, though, Pete Lonkarovich tells all, and we have the Bonsai Downhill Race Lake Jumping Lunacy and more. This is the Insanity issue. Freestyle tour dates are the factory teams coming to your town. This is a great cover. And again, it's an anniversary edition cover, 1976 to 1986, so you get the 10-year logo here, which is great. I wanted to look up some fun facts. So get ready to feel old, guys, because in 1986, Lady Gaga was born, Robert Pattinson was born, and Megan Fox were born, all in 1986. I was, July 1986, I literally just turned 16 in July 1986. Speaking of Lady Gaga, I went and saw the, I saw the new Joker movie. I'll just put it to you this way, guys. I don't need to see it again. Let's just put it that way. Let's see, other facts that happened. The number one song, July 1986, was Invisible Touch by Genesis. And, you know, I was a big Genesis fan, so that sounds about right. July 4th, 1986, they just reopened the Statue of Liberty. I guess they were doing some refurbishing on it, so it just opened. Boy George went to rehab for heroin addiction, July 7th, 86. And then there was some videotapes of the Titanic that were released July 18th, 1986. So they had their first actual footage of the wreckage of the Titanic in 1986. I didn't even know it went back that far. Top 3 movies at the time, of course, Top Gun was number 1, Crocodile Dundee number 2, and then The Karate Kid wrapped it up at number 3. And get this, this is something that I would never have guessed. The Motor Trend car of the year was the Ford Taurus LX. Who would have guessed it? Those cars were just not that great back then, at least that's my opinion. Let's get into the magazine, though. Let's go. All right, so as usual, it's 1986. So we're about 100% Haro being on the left side of the magazine. Great shot of Pete Lonkarovich. He's got the blonde nurse with him, and you got the Haro RS2 sitting here. Interesting that they put the RS2 and not the RS1. So they put the second tier bicycle in the ad. But not a bad move from Haro if you think about it, because they're showing the quality of the bike even at what you would consider a tier 2. Now the only difference between the RS2 and the RS1 really, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong guys, was the crankset. So it's not rocking the 3-piece cranks, it's got the 1-piece cranks. I would believe that would be the only visible thing that I can see that's different, seeing that I had an RS1 at this time. Let's see, we got Dirt, Racing Profile, NBL War of the Stars in Orlando, Florida. They're going to be testing the GT Interceptor. We got the Gravity Fest, so that's the downhill bikes. This looks like a great shot of Kevin Hull right here, I'm assuming, and they're doing the test on the Interceptor. That's pretty psycho looking. We got a freestyle how-to, an exclusive talk with Pete Lonkarovich, and then, of course, outtakes. So let's go on. Okay, here we go. Skyway jumped into the world of mountain bikes, it looks like right here. Now, this is the early stages of mountain bikes, and this, in my opinion, by today's standards, is more considered, I should put the pen down before I write on this, would be more considered kind of a hybrid bicycle, I would assume. It's not a hardcore mountain bike, but it is what it is. And I wonder, I'd have to research just to see what the success Skyway had outside of the BMX realm, jumping into the mountain bike world like this. It would have been cool if they would have made some sort of tough wheel that would have been like a 26-inch tough wheel that would have been used on this. That would have made it a Skyway, and it would have looked really trick. All right, let's move on. All right, tricks or treats? No, tricks or tracks. CW's got you covered. I've seen this ad before. This is a great ad because they're mixing. CW did a great job in this ad, and let me explain why. Because you have what's considered your best racer, and Sean Texas at the time, and probably one of the most famous freestylers, and Diz Hicks over here, Seppi Mays in there, and I want to say that's Chicken George. I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure. I'd have to take a look. And here's your CW lineup that we had at the time. So pretty cool. Plus you can buy some CW gear. They still had the typical CW handlebars, but you can see they're branching out to a regular style handlebar now. And then of course your CW frame and fork. So there was a lot of models available for CW at the time. So CW was doing their thing, and I always loved their colors. Okay, let's go on. All right, what do we have here? Smooth Tread Grips, the Pro Circuits. So this looks like some sort of flatland racing Dave Vanderspec reaction to the new Fast Grip Freestyle tire. It's rad, but that's really cool. Dave Vanderspec, rest in peace. He's on cool. Oh, I knocked the camera over, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, shoot. Saved it. Okay. He was riding for Kuwahara at the time. That's interesting. I didn't even know he was on Kuwahara. Let's move this cord so we don't have an issue. And then, of course, you got a road racer next to him. Let's read Dirt. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Wow, what is all this? Okay, these look like all the... Oh, this is all the shows for the freestyle tours. For the U.S. Tour, the Trick Teams Tour schedule. And where will they go now? This is a lot. We're not going to read all that, but it looks like... Look at all the tour dates. So if that doesn't tell you how popular freestyle is, I don't know what. This is just June through September, so this is the summer tour. And man, this summer tour put them at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So they went to 34 different cities in one summer. That's like, boy, that is one killer tour. Oh, okay, GT We Race. Now, we've seen this ad before, and I'll comment again. This is so iconic. And as I mentioned in previous magazines, nothing fancy going on here. You got Tommy Bracken sitting on the tailgate of what looks like a Ford Bronco. You see the tail end of his GT sitting right here. Fully raced up GT, all chrome molly, seat posts up high. Love the red seat, by the way, on this bike for Tommy. And it's just dusk. It looks like the race day's over and he's catching some Gatorade in his breath. So I love this. I love this ad. I've seen this ad a bunch of times. I think this would be a great poster, by the way. Let's keep going. All right, so now we got some freestyle ads. So we got Dino sitting right here, and then we have General Bicycles here. This is a cool looking ad, kind of corny, but cool at the same time, very typical of the 80s. And the way this guy's dressed is screaming 80s right here. The only thing that seems a little off to me, it is the 80s, but he's wearing like a baggy style pant. That's more of a kind of a skater look, so that's kind of cool. Let's keep going. Here we go. Profile War of the Stars. And we got Stu Thompson here getting a little crooked here, getting a little sideways. It says, Stu, the lone rider, has been slaughtering the cruiser classes of late. Orlando was no fluke. So at this point in time, we got Stu racing for full factory Huffy. I imagine Stu's contract with Huffy was really fat because his bike line was out, and it was out in all the major department stores. Huffy was putting a lot of money behind him, and we've talked about that before. Great shot of Stu. We just saw him racing over in Frogtown. He was doing his thing still. Oh, wow, this is great. Look at this one. Okay, we got Bulldozing Bracken steamrolling everybody. So we got Tommy Bracken sitting here, and then I can see Harry Larry peeking behind him back here. And this, look at, there's Eddie King back there. This is, I don't know if that's Mike Miranda or not, but this is a really great shot here. Tommy was really in the zone in the mid 80s, especially on that factory GT ride. I think he had recently won the world championship like the previous year. We got Eric Group over here. Eric was back and not doing too bad considering he still doesn't have full movement in his left leg. Oh, he was healing from an injury. We got Cyclecraft Cyclecraft really has a hot team going right now. I'm not sure who the rider is on the Cyclecraft rider. They don't really identify him. So that's too bad. All right, let's keep going. Oh, we got a Tommy Bracken's interview here. This is a great shot. Tommy Bracken's all in the name of fun. So what does it say here? Let's see. We're not going to read all of this, obviously. Tommy, no, I'm just out here having fun. Any secrets? He says, no secrets. Is it the money? Yeah, that too. I won't read the whole, excuse me, I'm not going to read the whole interview, obviously, because it's going to take too long. Great shot of Tommy. I have never, I've met Tommy, and we've only talked for a couple of minutes. Like, I got a photo with him, and that's about it. He's a super nice guy, though. Okay, here we go. More race action. We got Mike Miranda over here. Mike Miranda fly high again. So they're going to do a little talk with Mike here. And what do we got going on over here? This is the decision maker turn. You can go for the inside line, take the doubles, or try to speed on by on the outside lane. Make use of the berm. Most opted for the doubles decisions. Great shot. Doesn't say who the riders are again. Lawin Cunningham. Wow, love his riding style. This whole picture is actually really cool if you look at it. Look at how he has his bars positioned. Lawin's not wearing gloves, so he's definitely just going hardcore here. He's got basketball-style shoes on, which I love, by the way. I love the 09 plate, and all of the decals that are on there are all 09 for the most part. I do see a muscle power, I think, in there. And then we got the crit plate here. Crit plates always look great. I love the black with the white numbers on there, and the style of the crit plate is pretty much, you know, you can recognize it from a million miles away. That's a great shot from this rider back here. This rider here has got the Haro plate with the number 54 on it, which is amazing because that is my favorite race number. It's the one I try to race as much as I can until they tell me I can't. Let's keep on going. Oh, wow. Look at this shot, guys. It says Judhead, I'm going to try my best to pronounce this. I think it's Chansio, was wicking in his motos but bombed in the mains. We know he can do better. He's going to prove it. Factory profile. Great shot. Love the Vans, by the way. These JT helmets I thought were really cool looking. Oh, let's take a look at the track. So we're going to start here. Now, this is a pretty long track. Lots of pedaling, as you can see. As we've noticed these differences before. Starting hill's not too tall. You're going to come down your starting hill. Immediately, you got a speed jump. Then you're going to be pedaling over a tabletop. Into your first turn, there's a step down and then another speed jump. You're going to come down here into another step down. It looks like some soft stuff here. Into turn 2, you're going to head up to a triple step jump, which I imagine I probably would have speed jumped the first jump, jumped from the second. If back then, that would probably be my technique because hitting all three would have been difficult. Here's your decision maker. coming out of turn 3. And then finally you got a set of doubles leading into another tabletop, a pretty big tabletop, by the way. And then you have another decision maker here. So you've got like this camelback jump going this way and a step jump going this way. So either way, I would imagine it's pretty fast. I probably would have opted for here unless I was trying to guard my inside. Very cool looking track. So let's see what the results were for this particular race. So Tommy Brackens took A Pro, which scored him $450 for the win. Stu Thompson took up second for $300. Eddie King got third for $160. Rich Zagars, $105. Mike Miranda picked up $80. And then it's Harry Larry for the $60, and Spanky Campbell finally picking up the back, and he got $25 back. B Pro, Mike Wiggins won B Pro, and he got $580 for winning B Pro. It's kind of strange because B Pro is $580 for first place. A Pro is $450 for first place. And I don't know if that's a typo, guys, because think about it. $300 for second place here, $330 for second place here. I think they got this backwards. And then we got Timmy Kanakis. I think I said his name wrong. Tom Kaniakis. I probably said it wrong again. Sorry, Tom. Pro Award. Tommy Brackens won Pro Award, so Tommy got the double. Harry Larry picked up the second, and Eddie King with the third. So we got two Diamondback riders picking up the top 3. And then finally in Pro Cruiser, Stu Thompson got that win. Nelson Chanity and Eric Roop. Look at, there's a Pro Girls class. So for the Pro Girls class, it was Gabby Behai, Kathy Shackle, and Jenny Zuner. Awesome. So we're starting to see Pro Girls. I'm going to comment really quick. I enjoy watching pro racing, obviously. I love it all. Elite Pro, Vet Pro. But man, I love watching the Women Pro. It's just as exciting as the Men's Pro. I mean, today's standards, you see Elise Post in there, and pretty much all the riders in the pro women's class are just super talented. I follow them all on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you name it. I'm following all of them. I think they're super athletic and so fun to watch nowadays. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we've got the Fox here, MT Racing. I've seen this before. They got their race version and their freestyle version. We got more dirt here. And then we got the Vans ad here. Let's keep going. TNT. Now, this is a black and white ad, but this frame and fork is just clean. Look at that. I love the loop tail on it. The geometry is beautiful. Chrome Molly frame and fork. Love it. Look at the hubs. That is a really cool looking bike. All right, let's keep on going, guys. Oh, we got the big Action BMX Cycle Company ad. Let's do a couple price checks just for fun. Let's take a look. Complete bikes. You got the Haro RS3 was going for $199.95. The RS2, $229.95. The RS1, $364.95. The Haro FST, so it's a freestyle bike, $199.95. And the Haro Sport was going for $279. So that's not bad for complete bikes. For Redline, let's see. No, for GT Mach 1 is going for $219.95. Wow. GT Pro Series, that's probably the top of the line, is $329.95. And the GT Performer is going for the same amount as well. Interesting. Yeah, these are hard for me to see, guys. I really have to concentrate when I'm trying to read these little print. All right, let's keep on going. Ooh, great Hutch ad. Check this shot out. I've seen this one before, too, with Woody Itzen. And this is just a great shot. Love that number plate. All the pink bike. I've never had a pink bike, but man, I did admire them. I thought they were so cool looking. If you're going to rock a pink bike, you better be good. That's all I got to say. Sorry, guys, I had to get a drink. Okay, let's keep going. More dirt. Bell helmet ad. These are all the distributors for Bell helmets at the time. And then the good, the rad, and the gnarly. Here's your Bell helmets here. We've got a one full face helmet here, and it's with a freestyle rider, and the open face version here. Both freestyle. You can see there's no racing going on here. And I'd love to get my hands on one of these. The only thing I would say, and I've said this before, about the full face version of this, very difficult to see out of those. At least that's my opinion. It was at the time. All right, we got the Redline ad, R.L. Osborne, and he's advertising the Peregrine 48, R.L. Osborne's new Edge. That's a great shot. And RL's on the very next page here. So he's doing the Peregrine ad here, and then you jump over to ACS. Sorry about that. And there he is again. The 80s was very good to RL. You got to admit, and you got Woody Itz in here, looking like Miami Vice. Oh, great ad, Diamondback. So I was just watching a short from my buddy Kevin and on the BMX Experts podcast, and we were talking about Diamondback ads in the short. And I'm going to say it again. I think Diamondback had some of the greatest ads. If I'm going to rank them, I'm going to give it to Diamondback, GT. Let's go Diamondback, GT, Mongoose, CW, probably in that order. I loved all their ads. They were just great. And there's a lot more out there. That's just all I can remember off the top of my head. Ooh, the Interceptor. Whoa, look at Toby Henderson. He's doing his thing right here. Doing a straight lake jump. He cut the JT Racing pants into shorts. I'm going to tell you this, you can tell he's factory because no normal kid is going to cut their racing pants into shorts without regard of personal safety, a common man's morals, or the water temperature. Mr. Fearless Toby Henderson took to the Nestea Plunge BMX style. Whoa, look at this sequence. This is awesome. You can see how high Toby is right here. And Toby is going to land completely sideways. Man, that must have hurt. It couldn't have felt good, but it did make for some great photos. And the Interceptor held up. Oh, these are great. Oh, man. Look at this shot right here. This is worthy of a t-shirt, guys. We got BMX Action cool caption saying, "No 472, a fair share of air with plenty to spare. Kevin Holf fit in the description." Great classic motocross style with the cross up there. Love this with the Amy goggles. He's got the dyno visor with the GT helmet. I don't know if he's running the Interceptor right here, but it looks like he is. But they put the snake seat post on here to give Kevin a little bit more room on the bike because Interceptor is probably meant for more like a 12, 13-year-old. But he's still rocking it. Great shot of the two here. All right, let's keep going. While Toby and Kevin were trying to destroy the GT, Tommy was doing his own testing. He said the bleachers held up fine, the colors were okay, and the geometry was great for walking on, but failed in comfortability. So looks like Tommy ran out of gas. He took himself a nap right there. And then let's check out the specs for the bike. So the complete bike price for the GT Interceptor 1986 was $180. So that is a steal for what you're going to get. I mean, the bike is 25 pounds, which is a little bit on the heavy side, but the frame itself is only 4 pounds, 8.5 ounces. So trimming this bike down weight-wise wouldn't really be that difficult, to be honest with you. Just a couple component changes, especially in the cranks. That's going to save you a lot of weight right there. Little upgrades on the brakes, pedals, cranks. If you went with a 3-piece crank, that would be amazing. It'd be very easy. Maybe a longer stem. This bike can go to the expert ranks, no problem. It just needed just a slight upgrade. Great bike to start your racing career on, though. I would say so. No problem at all. Let's keep going. More ads. Frankfurt BMX. You got your stickers here. Stickers are still really big. My daughter's 19. She loves stickers. She's got her personal refrigerator in her bedroom and is just completely coated in stickers. So I'm glad that trend's never ended. California Cheapskates. Bike Gallery. Oh, man, look at the Hutch pedals. Wow. And you can get a set of, well, it looks like one Skyway Tough Wheel was $48. The GT Performer frame and fork was $118. That's pretty good. Pretty good in terms of what today's prices are. I was looking at frame and forks actually the last couple days. I've been online shopping for a new frame and fork because I really want to do something different. And I was actually thinking about doing a chrome moly build. And so I was looking at all my options for chrome moly builds. Man, there's like no frame that's chrome moly that's less than $400. They're all way up there. And if you get carbon fiber, forget about it. And you're talking over $1,000. Great shot of Diz and Seppi. And then of course we got the little skater shorts going on right here. Typical 80s stuff. I've never worn a pair of sandals, guys. Just saying. Whoa, here we go. The Gravity Fest 4. So I love that he's got the Haro number plate on the side, making it look like a super bike in a way. And it looks like this is an S&M bike right here. I would imagine that's Scott. Let's see. Team Wiz getting swooped on by Mr. Bill Shinglehead with his porcupine handlebars. Oh, that's Mr. Bill. That's Billy Griggs. And an editorial type Andy Jenkins on the 20 inchers while Billy Griggs has the Sano upside down 24-inch trick. Whoa! So Billy was running on a 24-inch bike as opposed to everybody else's 20. Leave it to Billy to try to figure it out and make it faster. Let's keep on going. Goodness gracious. So here's the hill that we're going down right here. Now I know these pictures are probably not going to do it any justice at all, because I know these guys were going upwards to 60 miles an hour from previous magazines that I had read, but that's just insane. This is like a really cool concept, and I'm going to tell you guys, when I was a kid, finding a big hill to just coast down was the greatest. I would get on some hills that were so steep that my bike would be like da-da-da-da-da-da. But I remember those days. That was a lot of fun. Great shots here. Wow. Let's see. A thought goes through your mind. If you were to wipe out on these speeds, your history finger reaches for the brake lever. So he's grabbing the brake lever right here. And then this is a great shot here. Look at, he's got the 16-inch wheels on that CW. This is intense slicing and dicing Magoo, the king of downhillers, being drafted by Martin Aparijo and Bill Ryan, Team Blur, turn on Squirrel Hill. Wow. Man, that must have been a lot of fun. Golly, I would have loved to try that. There's a great shot. And look at that. He's got a little bit of, looks like he's got a little visor on there, kind of like a sport bike. Factory Cinesalo GP Veer, Todd Huffman. To answer your questions, that moped fairing, that's a moped fairing, CW 24-inch frame, so he's running a cruiser frame. CW 16-inch forks, quartz halogen headlight and daylight and taillight, Odyssey brakes, SE mini alloy bars, Diacomp mountain bike levers, 16-inch tufts, and a custom T-bar seat post. So it's interesting that these are all Frankenstein together. Everything that doesn't go together or belong together, they put it together to create these downhill bikes. So that is really awesome. We got first class BMX. And then, oh, there's RL again. That's like the third ad we've seen him in already today. Nighthawk BMX. Guys, we're running out of magazine quick tonight. We got a freestyling sticker. If you subscribe to Freestyling Magazine, you get the windshield sticker. The world's numero uno BMX publication, BMX Action. 10 years of kicking butt. I still love that. Oh, look at this one, guys. This is great. What do we got here? The finger flip. This is the how-to. And like I said many times, we didn't have YouTube and we didn't have TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, so this was it. This is how you learn how to do tricks. I was horrible at freestyle. I'm always the first to admit it, but this is a great shot. Great shot. I love it. All right, let's keep on going. Love that black and pink CW though. We got another ad here for Odyssey. Wow, those handlebars are nuts. And let's see what else. Oh, here's the interview with Pete Long Carriage, Pistol Pete. Pete's rocking the black leather pants and the white socks. What, Pete? That's a faux pas, my boy. Haro's Pete Long Carriage gets into it about his dog, money, sponsorship, the Ronnie situation, and steroids. Whoa. He touches on the steroid situation? Wow. I wonder what he says about it. Here we go, steroids. BMXA. And now for probably the toughest subject. There has been tons of rumors going around that you are taking steroids. Here's what Pete said. Nah, you can talk to my vitamin company. People say that just because my biceps are bigger than theirs, laughter, I train harder and that's why I can get the results. These other people are fooling themselves. They think that they are lifting weights, but they're not. I don't know what you guys think about that. There's been a lot of podcasts that say the opposite, but what am I going to say? I wasn't there. I was just a local BMX guy, and I was a big fan of the sport. Definitely had Pete Lonkarevich pictures on my wall. Who knows? I'm not going to get into it, but man, that was a big touchy subject. And he basically denied it, although there's a lot of people that said he was doing it. Let's keep on going. Oh, wow, this was a great interview. What does he say about the new pros? There's a new breed of pros out right now. What do you think of them? I think Slavic's one of the top pros right now, even though he's a rookie. He's coming up. He's got attitude and racing ability. He's out there jamming. He's learning every race, so am I. He said, how about Travis Chiprez? Chiprez looks pretty good, looks pretty crazy too. He ran into me one time, tried passing me in the main one time, and he did because I didn't want to crash. All I had to do was get sixth or better in the main. Let's see, I'd already won the first two. I stayed up and got first overall. So in other words, he let Travis roll by him so he wouldn't fall. The Ronnie deal. What does he say here? Speaking of your buddy, let's move on to the Ronnie Anderson deal. Any comments on him? And Pete says, he can be a good rider if he wants to, but I think that he has some idea in his head that if he rides dirty, then he's going to have better odds or something. Oh, wow. Okay. Man, I just want to read this whole interview, guys, but I'm going to stop right there. But that looks like a great interview. All right, let's keep on going. We got the Vans ad here. Oh, check it out with the rad logo on there. Oh, rest in peace, Harry Larry. Great shot of Harry here. I'm going to tell you, man, when Harry passed, I never saw so many photos of one rider. In about a week's time, man, there was just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photos popping up of him. So that's a great shot. And that is a color poster. So whoever has this poster, count yourself lucky because that's it. Let's see. Outtakes. This is from the lake jumping. Knocked his dyno visor off. And then, of course, we got Hanner bicycles here with the freestyle ad. And guys, that is it. We did it. That is BMX action. That is going to be July 1986. We did it pretty fast, 30 minutes flat on that one. I want to thank you guys for watching and subscribing. Last week's video killed. In 7 days, we got 1,000 views. And for a small YouTube channel like myself, that's awesome. I want to thank you guys. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.